Hello dear students. In this video we're going to speak about reproduction and development in plants. Let's start. Plants are the creatures that compose the beauty of the earth and also can grow virtually all over except the open seas as well as the coasts. Although reproduction, which is the common feature of all living points, is not required for the continuation of specific life, it is necessary for the continuation of the living types. Recreation is the production of a living being of the same species as an outcome of mating with living points of the same species in order for all living points on Earth to continue their generation. Reproduction, which is the common function of all living points, is not essential for the continuation of individual life. However, it is necessary for the continuation of the living varieties. Generally, there are two kinds of recreation in living things: sex-related reproduction and also non-sexual recreation. Plants have a life process whether they live long or short. With the end of winter months, as well as the look of springtime, the turf begins to grow from the soil. When the moment comes for the establishing and also growing plant, they spread several of their seeds on the soil. By doing this, plants can be located around them that allow their own kind to grow by the technique of reproduction. Recreation or fertilizing in plants is not meiosis. It takes place in the primary stage of mitosis, which establishes after meiosis. The name offered to this period is monopoly development, reproduction in plants. It creates in different ways in flowering plants and also non-flowering plants. Reproduction in non-flowering plants. Almost all non-flowering plants create spores. Spores germinate to create gametophytes. Throughout recreation, sexual as well as asexual reproduction takes place one after the other. They vary amongst themselves in recreation in non-flowering plants. In algae in water, zygotes form spores by meiosis. Haploid period is observed in such algae. After fertilization in mosses, the zygote is created. By mitosis from the zygote, sporophyte plant gametophytes are created as well as begin to establish on the plant. They produce spores on the plant by meiosis. Subsequently, these spores germinate by mitosis as well as ultimately form the gametophyte plant. A haploid duration is likewise observed in the recreation of mosses. The zygote, which is formed as an outcome of fertilizing in the weeds that we understand as makeshift yards and which are seen in wells, developed the sporophyte plant thanks to the succeeding mitotic departments. The resulting sporophyte can photosynthesize. The spore sacs on the sporophyte germinate by meiosis and the gametophyte is formed. A diploid period is observed in the reproduction of makeshift. Reproduction in flowering plants. In blooming plants, the component of the blossom is the area where the body organs that will create sexual recreation are located. In female organs, there are several seeds in the ovary. Inside the seeds are megaspore cells. Megaspore cell experiences both meiosis and mitosis. It develops the 8-nucleated embryo sac in the egg. In the male organ, there are microspore cells inside the plant pollen cavities. These microspore, likewise known as plant pollen mother cell, produces 4 microspore cells by meiosis. Each of these 4 microspores goes through mitosis as soon as well as ends up being 2 nuclei. These 2 nuclei are called pollen. Among the centers in the plant, pollen undertakes mitosis as well as sperm is created. The continuing to be center creates the pollen tube after the pollination phase. When the reproductive body organs are like this, reproduction occurs as complies with. Pollen can be transferred from male plant to female plant by various factors: wind, rainfall, water, bugs. This movement is called pollination. Among the cores of the sperm brought by the pollen tube feeds the egg cell and creates the zygote. The zygote undertakes mitosis to form the embryo. Beyond the developed embryo, there is the ovule of the seed. The seed sac that develops after fertilizing develops the bacterium membrane layer and the bacterium sac. That is the end of our video session. Thank you for watching.